Alright guys, we're back, some more Dragon Ball Heroes content. The next EZA we're going to be trying is Super Saiyan Vegeks, the fusion between father and son, Vegeta and Trunks. Another one I actually don't have any dupes in. This unit's been out since 2021 and I've not managed to pull a singular dupe in. So we're going to be seeing them bare bones, just like Trunks. Another stacker, a unit that does stack 50% defense every time he supers, does raise attack by 30% for one turn as well. But we are using another stacker. So let's get the stacking underway. Let's see where we can get him to. Does start the turn with attack and defense plus 150% and gains another 150% attack and defense on super. Starting with a 4.29 million attack stat. I mean, offensively, already it's not looking good. Both the support units in Xeno, Goku and Vegeta are doing more damage. That's not a good start in terms of that. He does also gain an additional attack plus 30% up to 150. And a chance to perform a crit plus 20% of each super attack performed, which we only done one there. So he's only going to go up a little bit. So we do need to still do another 4 super attacks before that is fully built up. He then gains Ki plus 2 and launches an additional attack as a 50% chance of becoming a super attack when there is another crossover or Super Saiyan's category ally attacking in the same turn. Again, another unit that won't have a lot, but small usage outside of the heroes or crossover category, specifically being in Super Saiyans, one of the strongest categories in the game. While I don't think he'll be good enough to run there, just because the units you are using on Super Saiyans, there's so many good ones that there's just kind of no space for him. There's not a spot for him. It does mean you more than likely won't use him there. However, even while being small, him having more usage does give him a bit more value. I won't knock it. Also, all attacks do become guaranteed crits and he'll launch a guaranteed additional as long as the target enemy is an attack down, defense down, stunned, or super attack is sealed. However, there isn't too much difficult content in the game where you can actually seal, stun, or debuff enemies. There's been a few more recently where you can actually debuff them, so that does help him out a bit. But then also, on the other hand, his defense is only up to 169k. On the other hand, you won't be taking him into the most difficult content in the game where you can't actually do all those things. So again, it's kind of like a catch-22. It's a double-edged sword. He can't do it. However, you won't be using him in that content, so it doesn't really matter. You'll be using him in like SBR, ESBR, because I can't lie, that is definitely Vegeks' level because he just doesn't look that good at all. Sure, he can stack defense by 50%. If you get lucky with additionals, you could stack him up quite quickly. That is true, but he's not doing, by the looks of things, that good a damage. I mean, he literally starts at 4 mil. I know, what, 3 more super attacks now, and he'll have a full 150% attack. But he started too low. It's not like he's going to be doing that much damage. There are actually better heroes units and crossover units for you to use. Not to mention the banner isn't out yet, so there's more units to come that are no doubt going to be better than him. And then when it comes to the small usage outside of a heroes or crossover category team, those character pools, those units you're going to be using, they are way better than a unit like him. Way better than an EZA like him. So you're not going to end up using him on a team that's already stacked, like Super Saiyans. So there's just kind of no place to use him. Like, sure, the stacking of the defense by 50% each time is great. You get his defense probably to a solid point, especially if you get lucky with additionals. But he has nothing else going for him. Even though he's not fully built up, I can tell, damage-wise, not going to be good enough. Not worth bringing. Even on a heroes team. Defensively, again, there's still the summonable units to come. Even the EZAs we've used so far are a lot better than he is. And even the ones that we haven't actually got on the team, who are actually like older units or came out last year and don't have EZAs, they're actually better than him. I think I'm confident in saying that. So, unfortunately, I don't think there's much usage. Like, he's only up to 227k defense. I know we haven't really got any additional supers, but his defense hasn't moved all that much. I mean, sure, if we had skill orbs or a dupe, that would probably be a different story. I'm actually going to use an usher to like make sure we survive and he stacks up a bit more. But it doesn't look like he's worth bringing, even on a heroes or crossover category team, because there are just generally other units and now EZAs, and then eventually, when we get the actual new heroes banner, there's going to be so many units that are actually better than him. But what's kind of frustrating is this is a new 2024 Heroes EZA. Why are there units from prior years that are actually, and I think I can confidently say this with chest, better than him? And also, because we're trying him out in difficult content, like we're actually putting him through the ringer, we're actually giving him a proper test. We can't seal, we can't stun, and we can't debuff. So we're not getting that guaranteed additional he gets, which means we have to rely on the 50% chance we have in his passive that, unluckier for us, but that's the way RNG works, unlucky enough for us, isn't popping all that often to give us the extra additional, or to give us the additional super that we're looking for. The extra super attack we're looking for. Yeah, I can't lie, he's bad. Vegeks is bad. I mean, maybe if they gave him an extra additional that wasn't restricted to debuffing or sealing or stunning the enemy, and then gave him damage reduction or guard, he would actually have some usability. But like this, just relying on sheer defense, which he isn't stacking up quick enough, like Xeno Goku, like Xeno Vegeta, he just has no place. Not only does he have no place outside of a heroes team, which is crazy because this is mainly where a lot of these thrive. I think we might die, but it's okay. I think we've seen all we've needed to see for Vegeks. But he also doesn't have much usability on the team these units are typically restricted to and are primarily good on. So you're not going to be using him on a Super Saiyans category. You're not going to be using him outside of that. But then, as I said, the category that these specific heroes units are supposed to be good on, supposed to be restricted to a lot of the time, and is their best place to run them, he's not even close to like the top 10 names I would have potentially running on this team. There are way more other units I'd rather use instead of him. So I'm not gonna lie, he generally doesn't really have any use. Sure, he tanked that for a normal, but like I kind of expect that. We're facing Super Saiyan COD Goku, like this isn't that difficult. As I said, he's not really doing that much damage. What? Just shy of 7 mil. Even the two support units are doing more damage than that. I mean, they do stack both, but even then they start on what he's doing already. And then he doesn't have enough additionals to stack up his defense quick enough. Again, like both Xeno support units, which I'm just kind of mad how both support units are actually better than him. And they support, which is handy. Yeah, I can't lie, he doo-doo. Vegeks is actually doo-doo. He bum cheeks. He bum cheeks. He's actually terrible. But then while I was going through the details, I kind of expected him to be like one of the worst. It's either him, Gohanks, or Gotenks. Just all three of them aren't good enough at all. Because what's funny is you wouldn't even use him in SBR or ESBR. I mean, maybe if you were lacking in heroes units or crossover units, you might use him because he's there and you have him, easy aid. But he's a stacker. You don't want to use stackers in SBR and ESBR missions because it's not long enough. So by the time he gets good defensively, you're done or he's dead. So that's funny. I know it's heroes, but a 2024 EZA, even then, probably won't even be used in SBR or ESBR for the certain missions you could bring him for because there are better units to bring. Yeah, he's bad. He probably has to be one of the worst ones we've used so far. I mean, we do have 2 more to come, so that might change. But currently, he's definitely the worst Heroes EZA we've used. You can let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care, have a great day, and peace.